Good noon, newcomers and oldcomers alike. I'm going with Bakugan. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to this video. Today we're going to be opening up some more Gen 3 Bakugan. Now, I have a ton more. You can see right over here, like in this little corner, I have a ton more. But for now, I want to start off with the bigger ones, so that way we can get those out of the way, clear up some space over here. But also to just gauge if I can open these and do some more in this video, or if I need to section it off multiple for the rest of them. But before we officially begin, I must remind you of the 5 decrees. 1, to like the video. 2, just comment anything, really. I may have something else to give you as a comment later on, but for now, just comment anything. 3, subscribe and hit the notification bell at the same time. 4, to share this video with friends, co-workers, family. Share it with somebody that you may feel needs to see this video. And finally, 5, to check out my podcast, Detention. I'll tell you more about it at the end of the video. So let us begin. Now, here we have the first pack, quite large. This is the Clash pack, the Street Brawler Clash pack. You can see everything we got here. I have to like physically move my head to see what we have. You have the back. Now I do like this way of showing off the back, but doesn't tell you much for out of ball form, just kind of in ball form and what it's supposed to look like. That's my only gripe with it. We have a smaller pack, but it's still quite sizable. We have the battle pack, which consists of, I forgot to mention what was in the previous one. I'll get back to that in a second, but it contains, as we see in the back, it contains Nilius, Mantid, Bruiser, Octagon, and Trox. I just completely like faced it away from the camera trying to read it, but I just named all of it off and then I showed it off a little bit. We have another battle pack, but it has a diamond in it. Now, as you can see from here, you can see the diamond is right there. Here the diamond is, the diamond is the Dragonoid, but we have a Bruiser, the Dragonoid, Hammerhead, another Dragonoid, and another Nilius. So let's just jump straight into opening. Let's open this one first, since we showed this off first and I didn't exactly name off all the Bakugan. Trying to get through all this to see how much I can really get through, especially with all that back there. Moving on to the cards. We have 2 terrain cards here. Nothing too crazy going on. Now, there's something interesting about this pack, and it's the fact that they have little character cards. Like, here we have a Juno card. I can assume they're one of the characters from just the show. We obviously have Dan, who is the main character of the show. And then we have Backslash. Don't know who that is. Some random guy, I guess. Probably like a villain or something along those lines. Now, we have the Street Brawler Dragonoid and his little ring here with, Dragonoid and Blazing Warrior. Very nice. And then we have the Street Brawler Nilius with the Scorching Whips. Just trying to align them better. Right, oops, that's not aligned at all. There we go. Kind of better. But what's also interesting here is that for normal Bakugan who don't have the spin ring or really just any capability of spinning, they just come with the top halves like Trox, Octagon, and then there's Bruiser and Hammerhead, which I'm going to show in just a second once I can pick up the cards. Yeah, Hammerhead and Bruiser. I personally like the art design a little bit. Doesn't feel as mechanical as Generation 2, but definitely it's a nice design, is what I'm trying to say overall. Now to the Bakugan. Also, I figured out how to properly spin these guys And while I still think it's a little absurd, I could in theory do it again, but I probably won't. I'll just probably show you it opening with the ring manually. But for now, let's start off with Trox. I don't know if he's a Ventus, but there he is. Now, I did see, I think there were manual parts to this, if I am correct. So I figured it out. It's just that it slides back. It's nothing too crazy. Now, Trox so far is the only Bakugan that I feel, or not the only one, but one of the only Bakugan that I feel have survived the transition between generations, but yet somehow still managed to look the same. Continuing on, we have Hammerhead, which I think this is Hammerhead, if I am correct. Yep. Honestly, pretty meh design. I do like that they brought the manual stuff back, but this design is not good. I'll just say it bluntly, this isn't a good design, in my opinion. I like the color they used, kind of, like the little splosh art and stuff, but this design is just bad. It's just, look at it. I feel like there were more creative ways to give off that aquatic feel while also keeping the name the same. But I think that's just me. Next we have Bruiser. Again, no idea typing and anything, but just open them up. We've seen Bruiser before. It's nothing too crazy. What I do find interesting is that if you want to use the manual parts for this, you physically have to block the magnet. There's no other way of getting these manuals to work unless you get rid of the magnets with it. Now, I don't like that change. I really don't. I like where you were able to take the Bakugan, open up its manual parts, and the magnet still will be able to work, so it could just sit there and look nice. Here, you only have two options. Either it looks full or it works. So I don't really like that design at all. Next, we're gonna go on to the Octagon. Open them up. This design's okay. I don't feel it's as bad as the other ones, but these manual parts actually don't get in the way of the Bakugan, so it can actually sit there and still look complete. It does have an octopus feel to it. I do appreciate that. Overall, not a bad design Bakugan, in my opinion. Now, we move on to Street Brawler Nilius. Here he is. Very interesting color choice. I don't exactly know if I like it a lot, but here we are. Here's Nilius without the ring. As you could see, the color choice is interesting, but I do like the design a lot. The like graffiti type paint that's going on over here. Let me get him with the ring on. Here he is with the ring on in ball form. Honestly, nice. It's not a bad design. I do feel that the colored ring, even though it does go well with the design, it's not exactly my favorite. I finally got him open, but didn't get it on camera because he was really fighting me. Honestly, with the ring, looks pretty cool, but I don't know what was going on that it was fighting me, so I'm gonna have to see about that. Now we have the Street Brawler Dragonoid. To open him up. Oh, there we go. As you can see here. Is this more manual parts? Anyway, here he is. Honestly, I'm iffy about this one because I like the design, like the colors and all, but this design looks... It reminds me of something that I don't particularly agree with. I think it was the Marvel crossover in Generation 1. Kind of looks like Iron Man, but just wider, if you get what I mean. I'm gonna get him with his ring on. So here he is in ball form with the ring. Honestly, I think this one works a little better than Street Brawler Nilius. That's just my opinion though. I think because it looks a little more full with him on it. Now let's open him up. He also opens just a lot easier. I think I have this the wrong direction. I'm not sure, but here you go. Here's what he looks like with the ring. Everything fine and dandy. Now let's move on to this pack. We start off with the cards again, but a little interesting thing this time. It came with a device like this. As you can see, it's already got a cord here. It's also got something here. Now, what I figured out is it's meant to hold the cards like this. Very interesting and very creative way to get these into use. So here, it's easier to, one, launch the Bakugan, and two, see what you're working with. It's also very easy to remove and put in. Like I just showed you Mantid and the star flails, and I'll quickly show you Nilius or Nilius again, and the Scorch Whips, like right here. A Fire Nilius with the Scorch Whips. Very interesting and creative way to get this mechanic in. Oh, I also forgot to show you the terrain cards. Here they are, the terrain gate cards, whatever you want to call them. But we also have more character cards. We have Griffin, we have another Dan, and we have another Backslash, but with a different character art. So pretty neat, pretty neat. Now, I already showed you the Mantid and Nilius. Now here is another Bruiser, but a water. I'm pretty sure, I think it's water. We have another Octagon, and we have another Trox, but they're all different attribute, color, whatever you want to call it. Let's start off with Trox again. As you can see, he's kind of a darkest coloring. So, yep, same thing, just different color. His head's also rattly. Don't know if you can hear that, but his head's rattly. I'm sensing it's going to be a lot of the same thing here, so we'll just speed run it. We have Octagon, boom, same thing. We're not even going to open up the manual parts, we're just going to show them off real quick. We'll have the Bruiser, which I feel is leaning way more this time. I'm also only going to show the spin guys, the special attack guys with the rings, because it's essentially the same thing. We have the Nilius here, obviously with the ring. Here he is open. Very nice, very nice. We have the Mantid with the star flails. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Let's look at him. Very nice, very cool. I like the Mantid design a lot. I know that was fast, but we already seen a lot of these. It's just essentially different coloring. And I believe it's going to be the same thing with this battle pack, so we'll just get right into it, and I'll show off everything the way I've been doing it. Starting up with the gate cards, as we do. Very nice, very nice. Here we have some more character cards, this time different designs. We have Dan, and this time with Drago in it, so very nice little character variety, or card variety. We have Juno again, but by herself. And then we have an actual different person. We have Mia. I have no idea who these people are, and maybe I'll find out soon, maybe I won't. Now, here we're gonna go on to the actual little baby Goo Goo Gaga guys. And we're starting off with Hammerhead again. You know, fire. We have a Nilius this time. Still kind of water, different designs. We have a Chaos Dragonoid. There we go. We also have a special attack Bruiser with his Flame Axe or Flare Axe and Smash Hammer. Here you go. Very nice, very nice. But we also have, as you saw from the box, the Diamond Dragonoid and his Blaze Swords. I honestly really like the Diamond design for both the Blade Swords and just Dragonoid overall. Like, look at him. He looks so good. One of my favorite Diamond designs on a card so far. Let's just jump straight into opening these guys. We'll start off with the Dragonoid. This is actually cool because it's different. Now, let me see with the manual parts. Okay, I'm still seeing the same problem where it's the manual parts get in the way of the magnet, so it's either it looks nice or it has to be functional. Don't like that at all. But this Dragonoid, very nice, very different. Let's move on to what I assume is the Hammerhead. I think this is it. Yeah, again, I don't really like the Hammerhead design. Feels way too simple, way too lazy in my opinion. Here, I think this is the Nilius, if I am correct. Whoa, I actually like this. A nice different take than from the special attack. And would you look at that, more manual parts that don't get in the way of the magnet. That actually enhances the design and just, you know, makes it look nice with that, with functionality being in the thing. It's a very nice design. I like this Nilius design a lot. Now we move on to the special attack Bruiser. So you can see green Ventus with his ring. And then we pop him open. Again, I really don't like how he looks like he's leaning back here. But overall, not a bad design. Especially with the green color palette. Nothing too crazy or to gush over. Now, the Diamond Dragonoid, however. Honestly, I have an opinion about this. When diamonds are... When we talk about diamonds, this part, I typically don't... Like, I like the fact that, you know, there's diamond parts to it. I don't like the fact that it's not all diamond. Only the top part. So that's a bit of a downgrade for me. I will say, though, it looks nice. The Bakugan looks nice. The diamond form looks nice. But I wish it was all diamond. Like the Ventry. The Ventry, I think... didn't have much of a change. I don't know. I have a Ventry in that pile over there, but I don't know if anything really changed about it. So it's just a little gripe I have with diamonds here. And just for the hell of it, I'm gonna say we're gonna blow through the small individual ones as well. So here, because essentially it's all the same stuff, but different coloring for some of them. Like here we have a Chaos Bruiser. Yeah, just a Bruiser. We have a Titanium Dragonoid, which is we saw before. We have another Nilius, which is, I think, the anime accurate color. We have a Darkest Octagon. We have a Ventus Trox, and then we have an Aquas Hammerhead. So we'll just blow through these ones real quick, and then we can decide from there. We're just gonna go through all the cards real quickly, show you all the gate cards to start off with. Here are the first three. Very nice, very nice. Move on to the next three. Here you go. I'm pretty sure I'm holding them the right direction. There you go. Show off quickly the little character card halves. I still don't know what to call them. Here we have Octagon, but a Darkest type. Trox, but normal. Hammerhead, but just water, Aquas, whatever you want to call it. Bruiser, but Chaos. Dragonoid, but just kind of Pyrus, a normal Pyrus. Very interesting design changes that goes on between Dragonoids in this generation, I'm noticing. And I don't know if it's because they're all technically different or if they're just kind of different designs. And then here's the Nilius one we've seen like a gazillion times. Now we'll just quickly open them all. You know, Hammerhead, boring, don't like it. Bruiser, it's okay. I like the Aquas version, or not the Aquas, the Chaos version, but still, basic design that I don't really like. Here we have Nilius. I like this design, very nice, very simple. The manual stuff, again, doesn't interfere with its functionality as a Bakugan, so it's always a plus in my book. Trox, that was weird. The manual, I will admit, quite weird to open, because you have to slide it back as opposed to like open anything. But I will say, his also doesn't interfere with the functionality of the magnet, so definitely better than most. We have the Octagon again, darkest version, here you go. Manuals always look nice. Let me open it up. Here you go. There he is, manual, very nice. And then lastly, we have the Dragonoid. Now this one's interesting because there's actual silver components to it, so it's very interesting. Here he is, opened up. Again, I don't like how the manual feat for this Dragonoid directly interferes with the magnet, and it just looks chunky and overall quite bad. But this design Dragonoid, not bad. And that's it. That's the end of all the Bakugan I wanted to show you. I have more in there, but I'm gonna wait till a different video to show them off because I went through a lot right here and yeah, I needed to just clear up some room. So, like I said, that's all the Bakugan I will be opening this video. Remember to like, comment how you feel about the manual parts opening for this generation of Bakugan. Because like I said, for me personally, I don't like a lot of them because they interfere with how the magnet works. So I'm curious to see what you all have to think. Remember to then subscribe and hit the notification bell at the same time to know when I upload and to just be up to date with what I do. The fourth, to share this video with friends, family, co-workers to give them a good source of information, even though this is entirely opinionated based and should not at all be taken for fact. Now, lastly, the fifth decree, check out my podcast Detention. It's a podcast where a former teacher of mine and a good friend of mine all join up together and we talk about current, past, and possibly future events during the last week, during this week, during the podcast. Who knows what we'll talk about. We share our opinions, our beliefs, our overall outlook on a certain situation. It's all goofy, nothing too serious. At least nothing, I hope nothing too serious. We may get into serious stuff sometimes. But with that being said, I bid you all a good noon, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Goodbye.